Innovation and competency grow our companies. The industrial and information ages have been marked by periods of great innovation. It has not always been smooth sailing. A new paradigm may be so radically different from our prior experiences that we are unable to effectively draw from our past experiences and must think outside of the proverbial box. Innovation can bring great disruption to the way we presently do things, but as we have seen, it also presents us with opportunities as well. Advanced manufacturing has been a big part of aerospace and automotive manufacturing. It is not new for robotics to be involved in heavy manufacturing such as aerospace and automotive. However, as robots' capability increase and costs of obtaining and operating decrease, we can expect to witness the further spread of these machines into the manufacturing realm. Tesla's robots are relieving workers of the most labor-intensive operations in the factory and cutting installation times in half. By freeing up workers to focus on the most crucial aspects of assembling a vehicle, Tesla is creating a smarter, leaner workforce. It is ironic that robotics have developed from advanced manufacturing, and now advanced manufacturing is on the cusp of benefiting from the large-scale use of robotics. Robots might not be part of everyone's daily lives, but soon they will be a part of everyday workforce. Sales of industrial robots grew by 8% worldwide last year, according to the International Federation of Robotics, surpassing 240,000 units sold for the first time. The same is true for automating mundane tasks such as loading and unloading materials for trucks, empowering the workforce to become more productive. In many cases, our companies have made use of this level of automation. Robots advancement is pushing out to include more industries and is on the cusp of proliferation. Robots are employed in farming, picking crops, able to differentiate weed from crop plants, and strategically administer weed treatments. In Japan, drones instead of people are used to evaluate the state of the crops in the field for harvesting. This is now happening also in vineyards in California. Between 2010 and 2014, the average robot sales increase was up 17% per year, compound annual growth rate. Between 2010 and 14, the number rose to about 171,000 units. This is an increase of about 48%. Automation does not end there. Higher wage demands make automation more probable as the cost of labor approaches or even exceeds the cost of this new equipment and maintenance. Automation is under discussion at Carl Jr. and other fast food restaurants are either experimenting or transitioning to automation. As we automate, there becomes less need for human labor. This reduction of human resource requirements may be a disruptive force for our North Carolina communities. Some communities are more at risk than others. The present lower wage jobs are the jobs at most risk. However, the nature of this automation will reach higher into the employee skill sets. Estimates are more than 1 million North Carolinians are currently employed in the most vulnerable roles. Experience may suggest that this automation may only shift the application of the labor. In some prior automation experiences, we may still have required human beings in other portions of the work, keeping the employment levels relatively fixed. However, now we are faced with automation and robotic capabilities and cost levels that can allow automation to take deeper root into the manufacturing process. Consider the fact that automation is considered for fast food restaurants, and that has never been a practical application. We may be facing a paradigm shift that is a significant change from how we once worked that will mean those old experiences may no longer be entirely relevant. On average, North Carolina counties face the potential loss of more than 25% of their current jobs and nearly 20% of current wages as a result of automation and related technologies. This is according to North Carolina State University FUTUREWORK Disruption Index report. Education attainment will have a significant impact on these numbers. The more capable and adaptable the workforce, the less the loss. While on the surface, these changes would appear to be an issue that could have dramatic or drastic effects on our community and local companies, there are things we can do to improve. Employing some of the learning organizational skills can be an opportunity for the community and companies to grow stronger. For example, We should take systems thinking approach. That is, we think about the relationship of each part to the entirety or whole. To be successful will require collaboration that includes the companies, community, local educational institutions, and local government. We will need to think both logically and creatively to arrive at suitable solutions. This collaboration must continuously think about the value we can provide to the customer, especially new customers, and how to apply what our organizations already know and grow our people in ways that are beneficial to the company and the community. This creates a win-win for the company and the community. There are things we can do to be able to successfully navigate this tumultuous time. I call it the 5 Ps: preserve, plan, pioneer, perform, and persist. We will need to preserve the experience of our employees. There are many things they know about the business that are not documented, often referred to as tribal knowledge. Knowledge such as specific customer desires or undocumented processes that make our organization perform. We have always needed to spread this around, but now we have to think forward and work to retain this undocumented knowledge. Preserve also goes for finding those key employees that you must keep to be productive. Those employees that perform well and those that you believe will be able to make the transition and be able to contribute in this new future. People who are constantly learning, expanding their capabilities, are examples of the types of attributes that will be required to make the transition. Maintaining is a prerequisite for employee performance, and it is possible for us to build new knowledge within our teams using what we already know as the starting point. This knowledge and ability to quickly learn enables us to quickly solve problems based on a variety of experience of the team members. There are many tools available to help record and manage what is presently known before the transition to automation. Many of these tools are shareware. Examples include Insta Answers, Knowledge Base, Desk Press, All, Know All, and Know How. Collaboration with Rowan Works and local community colleges such as Rowan Cabarrus provide resources for understanding and planning. Compare what we presently have in terms of talent and resources to what talents you will require to operate in this automated world. For example, what talent do you have that you can build upon via training? What talent will you need to acquire? What talent can be employed differently? We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Identify what you want to achieve and develop plans to meet those objectives. According to a GE report on advanced manufacturing, 63% of jobs will require a post-secondary education and 20% of the jobs will require STEM education. So some of your plan will require building or growing these skill sets. When it comes to the talent available for performing the work in the automated company, we will need applied science types of skills, the type of skills and knowledge you get from the community college, such as Rowan Cabarrus Community College. These skills will enable monitoring of the equipment as well as the ability to respond to equipment and production situations as they develop. Equipment will drift out of the optimum operating range. We will need to recognize these performance deviations and quickly respond by making equipment adjustments and repairs. We also need skills comparable to TQM that will enable our few staff to build a continuous improving organization. Those remaining must be able to continuously improve our work and the output of the company. We will need to think about the skilled workers in the community. What areas can they be moved to? How long are the training requirements for those areas? How can the existing skills of workers be used in those areas? Can these areas be developed to accommodate the new workers? Where can some of the talent go? What types of training can ease the transition? Pioneer. Think of other business opportunities that you may have available to you due to the skills your organization has. Drones and robots are not able to think laterally or creatively. So far, to do this requires a human. Think laterally, find other business areas, extend present employees to those areas. For example, winemakers add agro-tourism to business portfolio, which is not necessarily a business model that will function well with robots. You will need to explore other possibilities and not be afraid to experiment. Think laterally. Ideas, no matter how good, will yield little without continuously working toward those goals or a drive to succeed. We must put our plans into actions and monitor those plans to see if these are delivering the results desired. We will adapt our plans based on what we learn. Persist. While change is rarely viewed as a good thing in its inception, a continuous improvement and adapting approach can benefit everyone involved with patience and persistence. Advanced manufacturing made robotics possible. Now robotics are on the cusp of further revolutionizing advanced manufacturing. To be successful requires a symbiotic collaboration between company, community colleges, and local government. Our new organizations will need to preserve our present tribal knowledge contained within our talent. From that knowledge, we will build new knowledge, improve our way of working, and develop new business opportunities. Think 5 Ps: preserve, plan, pioneer, perform, and persist. Thank you.